Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Um, so we've got some stuff to talk about. Okay. Um, First, Tucker. He says that the people who have tried to destroy 47 have exhausted all their options. So now their very last option is to start WW3. And we all knew that this was kind of like, you know, the final straw, if you will, the straw that broke the camel's back. We all knew that this was going to happen. It kind of already is happening. If you want my honest opinion, we're not in full blown yet. You know what I mean? Um, but I think we're going to get there. I really do. Now, with that being said, okay, you guys that have been with me for a real long time, you know my mindset, okay? But for those of you guys that are new here, all right, um, it's time for you guys to get back to basics, okay? Um, Now, I'm not going to show you what I got, okay? Not done it. Um, but, you know, get some good stuff in your pantries, okay? And get back to basics in the kitchen, like cooking from scratch and whatnot, okay? Um, Please, for the love of God, start stocking up on some stuff, okay? Now, I know you're probably saying, Autumn, for the love of God, it is the holidays, the shelving is bare, and I know, trust me, okay? I, I, I order from Kroger all the time, okay? And Kroger literally had half of my order delivered. So what did I do? I had to venture out. Lord, I had to venture out. I went to Winn-Dixie and I went to Walmart's. I hate Walmart's. I went to Walmart's. And no, I did not go to Publix because only the rich can shop at Publix. Okay. So I got everything that I needed because I was short on a few things. And I know you're probably saying, you short on ingredients? Yes, girl. I was short. Okay. So I got what I needed. I had to pick up soda. I never have soda in the house, but it's the holidays and we're having people over. So yeah, I got soda, right? And things like that. So I did find some really great deals, I will say that. I mean, for someone who never ventures out to a store, because I always order everything online, I found some deals. Anyway, so please, for the love of God, okay, start stocking up some more, okay? Please. Because I don't want to get the email from, I should have listened to you. And then I'm going to have to email you back and say, I told you so. Here you are.
I am very concerned that the people who have hated Trump for 8 years and run out of ways to destroy him, indicting him, well, first calling him a racist, spying on him with the federal intel agencies, sicking the FBI on him, trying to put him in prison, then trying to kill him at least twice, probably more, actually, but at least twice. And that those people, out of options, have decided the only way to stop Trump and the disclosure that a Trump administration will bring, once again, disclosure is what they fear, having their crimes revealed, that the only way to stop Trump is with a world war. And so I've been pretty fixated on that for months, probably more than a year. I've just thought a lot about it. And I know a lot of the people involved, and they're very, very, very focused on war. Permanent Washington doesn't care about domestic policy. In case your viewers, I'm sure, know this, but just want to restate it. They don't care about domestic policy. They don't care about fixing the country, closing the borders, ending the drug crisis, getting the cartels out of, the entire Southwest. They don't care about that. What they care about is exercising power abroad, killing people because it makes them feel like God, and making money. And that's where the money is, trillions of dollars. So they care about foreign policy. And I have been concerned and remain concerned that that group of people, which is basically everyone in DC in both parties, wants Trump to take the country to war, either against Russia or, comma, far more likely, comma, Iran. And I think what people outside, I don't know how to the degree to which this is understood, but I just will say it. A war with Iran is a world war. This is not 2002. Iran is now part of a coalition that includes the biggest economies in the world and the largest militaries in the world. So a war with Iran means a war in effect, or, you know, by proxy, but still a war with Russia, China, Turkey, and a lot of the rest of the world. So that's a world war. It's not just as simple as we're going to take out their nuclear facilities. Okay, how are you going to do that? And how are you going to ensure that that doesn't destroy the United States in the process? And of course, they don't care whether it destroys the United States. That's the actual answer. They don't care. And if they cared, they would pause and think about it. But anyway, I don't want to be bitter about it. But to me, it's really simple. Anybody who would even consider having a war with Russia or Iran should not be in any position of power at all in this administration or any other administration. It's super simple. And I think especially Ukraine is so obvious. Now, there is some debate on Iran, and I'm not endorsing Iran. I'm not a Shiite. But there's really no debate at this point about the debacle that has been Ukraine. Ukraine's not going to win. It's just completely destroyed Ukraine. It hasn't crushed Russia. It's really hurt the United States. So anyone who can't say that out loud should not have a job in the federal bureaucracy. So that's my litmus test. It's not about people or personality. Right. Of course, I know them all, as I know you do too, and I like a lot of them. I even like some of the guys I disagree with. One in particular I like very much. Nice guy, good guy. But it's a simple, practical test for whether or not you should wield power. Do you have the requisite wisdom to lead my country? And if you're still defending the war in Ukraine, you do not have the requisite wisdom to lead my country. That's my opinion.
So, who here, raise your hand, even if it's just in the comment section with a little icon thingamajiggy. Who here is Gen X? Right on. Now, we are the last generation of latchkey, of stay your ass outside until I call you in. You know what I mean? You are not allowed in the house. Come home from school, take off your school clothes, put on your play clothes, and go outside until the street lights come on, right? Oh, you're thirsty? Their hose is right there. You know what I mean? You know, United States of America is about to become the meanest country on earth. And why do I say that? Because Gen X does not care about your feelings, honey. Okay, we do not care. We don't care if you need a safe place. Okay, we don't care. Do you need your whoopee? Do you need your... Okay, we don't hand out pacifiers no more. Okay, if we see you crying, then I mean, have you ever had a wedgie? What about a noogie? Okay, that's how we dealt with your crybaby asses in school when we were growing up. Okay, your ass got pushed into a locker and the door got shut. So, welcome to the new White House with Gen Xers running this show now.
The United States of America is about to become the meanest country on the planet. And when I say that with my utmost respect, because I am good with it. Let me tell you how I know. I know this because Trump has appointed almost 90% of his cabinet is Gen X. And Gen X does not care about your feelings. I don't know how many times we have to say this, okay? You keep saying, oh, you're so mean, you're so mean. Yes, we are mean. And we've been holding it all inside because we've been told that, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. Well, yeah, we can. And now we're in charge. So the mean kids are in charge. We're going to get stuff done. And if that is not okay with you, then you're going to need to take a time out, go to a safe space, cry in your pillow, bottle it up, because if you cry and we see you crying, you're either going to get a wedgie, a noogie, or a biff. And one time I biffed my cousin so hard in the face that I made her nose bleed. And I got my ass whooped for that. That was an experience. But did it stop me? No, didn't stop me. Nope, didn't stop me. So just I need to warn you, if you are not Gen X, what is about to come is going to be hard for you, but it is going to be good for you, okay? So we're doing this for the whole country's betterment, I promise you. And I'm on board. And sometimes we're mean to each other too. Gen X is fine with that. We can handle that. Let's, no big deal. But the rest of you, put on your helmets, get a little whoopee, get your little blanket, and go sit down, because it's the wave of mean is about to crash down.
Okay. So this next video, you guys have seen her before on my channel. Her name is Jessica, and she's from Chicago. I love her. She puts the Democratic board in Chicago on notice. Yes. She's calling them out by name. Yeah. Over how they illegally put her mother's estate in intestate. Okay. If you need to look that up, it is INTESTATE, intestate. Which is what happens if you do not have a last will and testament. Okay, so if you pass and you don't have a will or whatever the case may be, it means you died and you didn't have a will. Okay, which what they did was illegal, because when Jessica's mom passed away, she did have a will, a last will and testament. In my opinion, you should have a living will and a last will and testament anyway. Okay. You can write it out yourself if you want and take it to the bank that you bank with and get it notarized for free. Okay. You have to listen to her. This woman, she is literally on fire. Okay. Everyone needs to be more like her, have that voice, have that, I mean, she's a lioness. She really is. Listen.
Straight up. Okay, now, here's the thing. Now, I've told you all over and over again about how they steal black people's property in Cook County and the city. And you want to act like you don't know. All right, well, peep this. There's people in this room that know what I'm saying is true. This right here is a will. It's my mother's will. You see, it was filed August 9, 2016. Conway, you might want to pay attention because you're a prosecutor. You're a prosecutor. See that? This is why we can't vote Democrat. Anyway, this is a will. Signed, notarized. Full will. I got this filed October 21st, 2024, from Louis Apostle, Public Administration Office, where he says on item number 1, on July 4, 2016, the decedent, and says my mother's name, Mary Lou Thomas, died intestate. Do you all know what intestate means? INTESTATE. It means when a person dies without a will. And when they die without a will, that's the reason why public administration would have to step in and govern that estate. My mother had a will filed in the court. So this means that they committed fraud and perjury on a court document signed by Thomas Liam Weber. Now, tell the truth, Alderman Greg Mitchell, tell the truth. On September 19, 2024, did you, Alderman Talaferro, and a representative from Commissioner Bill Lorry's office named Lamont Williams, did you all meet with public administrators Leah Jubakowski and public administrator Thomas Liam Weber about this issue? Did you all show a fraudulent petition that was signed by Leah Joe Bukowski that showed that they had fraudulently put my mother's estate in public administration. Yes or no? Yes. So now, Conway, you know as a prosecutor that they have broken the law. You need to go get them, Louis Apostle, from the public administrator office. Now, if they don't do it, then America, look at the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris, that's a black man. Those were black men that was in that meeting. She want to make like she support black men, support those black public officials. Call her, she had the DNC here. Call her, tell her what they doing. If she don't respond, America, pay attention that Kamala Harris ain't about black people. This is why it's 2024 Donald Trump. Donald Trump, 2024.
All right, now, Putin, this guy, he is issuing a warning to the United States and to the UK, okay? He is showing great restraint right now in regards to the United States, even though you know who supplied and allowed the Ukraine to fire missiles that were made in the United States. So I'm thankful that he's showing restraint. I really am, because, you know, we don't need nothing popping off right now. For the love of God, please don't. But how long is that restraint and that patience going to last with this man? You know, because I think it's only going to take one more thing, like another like a straw that broke the camel's back, and he's just like going to be like, you know what, fuck it, boom. You know, that's what I'm afraid of.
В ответ на применение американского и британского дальнобойного оружия 21 ноября текущего года российские вооруженные силы нанесли комбинированный удар по одному из объектов оборонно-промышленного комплекса Украины. В боевых условиях было проведено в том числе и испытание одной из новейших российских ракетных систем средней дальности. В данном случае с баллистической ракетой в безъядерном гиперзвуковом оснащении. Мы считаем себя вправе применять наше оружие против военных объектов тех стран, которые позволяют применять свое оружие против наших объектов. А в случае эскалации агрессивных действий будем отвечать также решительно и зеркально. Об этом рекомендую серьезно задуматься и правящим элитам тех стран, которые вынашивают планы использовать против России свои воинские контингенты.
So here's an email from a community member, and I have a few more videos I'm going to show you at the end, all right? But she sent me some beautiful pictures, okay? And my good friend Nancy, she also sent me some amazingly beautiful pictures, and I'm going to show those to you as well. She said, thank you for all the info, but it's been a bit heavy lately, so I thought you could use some good news. I love good news. I do. She said, we sold our homestead back in July and gave it away is more accurate. Well, you know what? Less burden for you, honey. Yeah, seriously, with property taxes and homeowners insurance and this, that, and the other. It's like, you know. She said, my husband just got a heart monitor, and without warning, the state of Florida canceled our insurance. You're not the only one. You are not the only one. I am hearing this from family members as well that are on Medicaid and Medicare. EBT, goodbye. Yeah, I swear. She said the reason our home was paid for and it was too cheap to live there. Immediately we sold for cash, bought an RV, and moved. They still refused him insurance because he makes $20 too much. Oh, I got stories. Girl, I got stories. Okay, from people I know personally. Yes. She said, now I also have gotten a heart monitor this past month. Yeah, my dad has one. My Aunt Marie has one. Are you talking about the pacemaker? yeah, my Aunt Marie, she actually just had to have the battery changed in it. So she had to stay home from work for 3 months because she couldn't have any kind of overexertion or anything like that. So yeah, I know. She said the good news is that despite all this, we're still homesteading. And if we can do it, if we can do it, anyone can do it, girl. Yes. Love it. Love these amazing stories. No joke. Okay. And she's like, our park encourages the growing of plants. So we bought dwarf citrus and cut white barrels in half. Inside the citrus pots, we grow beans and snow peas. One of our kumquats has fruit. My kumquat, it was only a year old and we were already harvesting. Yeah, it's amazing. She said, we have a border that grows garlic, kale, peppers, basil, blackberries, and grapes in the spring. And back are 2 young mulberries. The greenhouse we got for $85 on Amazon. Hubby built a base out of pressure-treated 2x6 boards stacked 2 high. Next, he fashioned the greenhouse to the wood base. Around it are cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, Texas super sweet onions we got from Dixondale Farms. Inside the greenhouse is finger lime, bananas, tomatoes, peppers, and flowers. We're planting lettuce and collards, Swiss chard, carrots, along with other greens. It is a pride of the park. Oh, I bet. It's probably beautiful. Everyone stops to admire it, and we share extra food and plants. Hold on, because there's more. Oh, but wait, there's more for $19.99. Inside, we have a 2-story rabbit hutch we also bought from Amazon. In it, we raise quails for eggs and meat. I put puppy pads cut in half on the bottom of the cages and sprinkle with wood shavings. Change daily, no smell. I wet the quail food so they don't flicker it out. I raise earthworms inside for fish bait and quail food. Working on growing sprouts indoors. Seeing what else I can grow. I even have a compost bin. I'm so sorry this is long. Please shorten as you desire. Oh, no, no, no. Aren't those pictures gorgeous? Love it. So here's some videos and also pictures from my girl Nancy. So here's story about the pumpkins that you're about to see. About these pictures from Nancy. She said, clean well, cut in half, keep seeds, peel pumpkin skin off and keep also. Throw away any bad spots, cut pumpkin meat in 1/2-inch cubes. Place pumpkin on dehydrator. I dehydrate pumpkin skins and seeds on separate trays too. Dehydrate all until completely dried and crackled. Place in a blender or in a coffee grinder. Coffee grinder? Really? The bright orange is pumpkin meat. The light earthy mustard color is the seeds and the skin. You may also use to bake breads, cakes, muffins, etc. to pancakes and waffles. Good God, girl, you are just on it, aren't you? Love it. Yummus. Oh my God, these pictures are just amazing. I'm looking at it. As you're seeing them, I'm looking at them on my phone. It's just amazing. Oh, you have the same dehydrator that I do. Oh my God. Girl, I need to come up to Virginia to be with you. I have to put the coffee on.
When people apparently can't buy eggs, you know. I don't want to ask for money from people, and it's only going to get worse because, you know, who is in the White House? And he seems destined to destroy democracy in any way he can, blow up all the norms, and declare a dictatorship.
Rosie, how fucking dare you? I don't know if you remember me, but we used to be mutuals on this app when I was Mama Cass and used to come into my lives even. As I sit here watching you make this video from your luxury car in your mansion, you have the actual fucking audacity to sit here and talk about a man who, one, isn't even in office yet, but to stare American people like me in the face, like I said, from your luxury car in your fucking mansion, talking about going jet setting with your celebrity friends, and try to talk about a man doing wrong when the administration that you want us to vote for, listen to me, Rosie, please listen, just signed off on American missiles to go over to Russia, and Putin has threatened nuclear war on us. Don't you dare get on here and try to use your celebrity and act as if we are still fucking stupid. How do you sit there with those beautiful leather seats? I'm sure they're heated. I'm sure you're at a nice private school picking your baby up, and try to talk about a man who has the respect of Putin, I might add, when it's, again, the administration that you wanted us to vote for again, putting American people's lives at risk because simply he doesn't like Donald Trump and wants to create a mess before he even gets in this fucking office. How dare you? So as you sit here trying to be relatable, talking about Madonna and name dropping a League of Their Own and Tom Hanks, you are not like us and you do not speak for us, Rosie. Trying to tell us that it's going to get worse when you yourself don't know the struggle of having to choose between your electric bill and fucking groceries for your family. Trying to tell us that it's going to get worse. Was this before or after you booked your private jet to this fucking movie premiere you're speaking of? You guys don't fool us anymore. You are not us. This made me so fucking angry.
We've been offered £2,500 to join a scheme for 3 years. We don't supply you any food.
We're going to go hungry.
I am going to plough a field. I'm going to put spring barley in. I am going to get £440 off the government per acre, that when it comes to crop size, leave it rot in the ground. So I don't get no straw for the cattle. You don't get nothing for your bread, for everything we make, okay? But I can also plant bee mix, which is for birds and bees. I can plant wild bird seed, which is for wild birds. I can also be paid to buy a ton of wild bird seed like anybody puts in their garden for the birds and drill it out on the ground once a week. I can get paid for that. Now my accountant says do it, because in doing that I've not got to buy fertiliser, which since the Ukraine war it's gone from £250 a tonne, to £1,000 a tonne. So in order to fertilise your food, I've got to buy fertiliser at £1,000 a tonne. So I've now got a crop that I don't have to spray, I don't have to send nobody out there with a tractor, I don't have to fertilise it, but I can just leave it in the ground and let it roll. And pick up my £440 an acre and go all over it again.